Welcome back. Here at KREM 2, we are committed to bringing you more to every story. And in this fast-paced world, some stories in our community deserve a little more time. So our Nicole Hernandez and photographer Nathan Brand are bringing those stories into focus. Today, we are meeting the Emerson family.
Okay.
I don't know, it's really hard to describe. You've got this dream, and there's many things going on in your dream, but it's actually one dream.
A dream, the theme of the album and the inspiration for Joe and Donnie Emerson. In Fruitland, Washington, isolated 75 miles from Spokane, the Emersons ran their family farm together.
I'm the youngest in the Emerson family,
including Catherine Emerson.
I remember Mom giving them pots and pans and spaghetti and using that as like symbols and stuff like that.
Mom and Dad believed in the dream. They spent the little money they had buying secondhand instruments for Joe and Donnie.
I would see them practicing here in the bedrooms and in the living room and in the studio.
Well, it's been a while since I've been on here.
Making music in a place where even radio reception was hard to come by.
I was isolated out here. I didn't have a record collection.
Until Joe jumped into the family's new tractor.
It was a brand new tractor when we got it at the time. It had a nice radio in it. Well, Donnie and I we'd run the tractor and tune into the station, and it had a variety of artists that they'd play on there, and that was one of our main influences.
What is this?
This is the jumpsuit, the original jumpsuit, 1979.
Does that bring back memories?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Two young musicians, Don and Joe Emerson, are trying to make it to the top. But before that, it's a lot of hard work to do.
Joe and Donnie, just 17 and 19 years old.
But I mean, back then it was like, what's going on, Joe? Donnie would say, pick up the tempo, pick it up, you're slacking. Okay, I'll pick it up.
The teenagers chasing their dream just in their backyard.
There's the practice place right there. That's where that album was created. Yeah, it's hard to believe that album was created there. Okay. Donnie spent a lot of the hours here because he was the engineer man. Donnie would be here until midnight, 1 in the morning he'd be here. We first got that album after it was pressed. Well, this is the first photograph here when Mr. T brought that album back.
And we put it on the record player and we're like, whoa. To hear my family members on something that you could maybe buy in a store, that was pretty special to me.
But instead of flying off the shelves, they sat for decades.
Well, I've always had a feeling that something was going to happen to it with it. I was just kind of waiting, when am I going to be right? When am I going to be right?
We all have that one song we totally jam out to when we hear it. What is that song for Jim F. Allen?
Right now it's Baby by Donnie and Joe Emerson.
How cool is that? We're not done with this story. How Dreamin' Wild made it from Fruitland to Jimmy Fallon's favorite jam song. That is tomorrow morning on Up with KREM, when we will have part 2 of our story. So make sure to join us for that.